Hello? Eh. Oh right, my greeting is supposed to be what's up, peeps. What's up, peeps? Archie here. Real quick note, I gotta get this out. Ah! I have been in so much pain. Emotional pain. We're gonna get into that. I have spent my waking hours today, all of them, just fixing up, fine-tuning this freaking song. I have put so many hours into this, and I don't know. I don't even know if it's, like, the best quality it can be, you know? But, where to begin? Where to frickin' begin? Okay. I guess we'll start at the very, very, very beginning. Back to what all, like, made this thing even happen, okay? So, Or, you know what? Okay, should we just dive right into it? I wanted to go a little bit through it, you know, give some insights into the decisions I made and things like that. There are somewhere around 250, maybe even 260 birds. But yeah, there are a ton of birds. And the suckiest part is I missed some. Because while I was recording, I was just scrolling through Twitter as you do, and I ran across, like, more. Oh, not only that, but there is a bird VTuber Discord called the Aviary that also features some birds. And there were 3 that got introduced in the span of me making this video that I did not get to include because I was too far in. So I really want to quickly write them all down. First, there is Mori-chan, and then there is Chiako, Druid Bird, Kion, and Maya Nove. These are 5 birds that I found during the creation of this video that did not get to make the cut. I'm so sorry. And not only that they're probably, like one of the lines mentioned, there are probably like at least a dozen more that I am missing because I am only one bird. I can only do so much research. Now is the time to, you know what, actually? I am going to calm myself down just a little bit and get started on this dessert wine. I feel like that is what I need right now. I can't eat. The bottle's not open. Do I need to get scissors? Is that what this is telling me right now? I can't just, like, peel it open. Oh my god, okay. I will be right back. I need to get scissors, apparently.
2 hours later.
Holy, okay. You know, I think, like, the biggest thing about why I'm so nervous about this whole thing is that, like, there was a lot of expectation put into it, I think. And, like, that's really good. It inspired me to keep on going. Because, like, for all intents and purposes, this could be just kind of a... Oh god, it's got a cork! Do I even have a cork opener? There was a lot of expectations put on this, I think. And I really appreciate that. Because it helped to, like, push me forward and think that, like, oh, this isn't a stupid idea. This is, like, something that could, like, maybe help the VTubing community in some small way. Be like a meme and also introduce people to some VTubers that they might have not heard of before. Now we can get into the other stuff with the video. So, this all started as a random thought I had while I was on vacation last month. And while I was there, I think there was a night where I was just kind of like lying awake, maybe scrolling through Twitter, I don't know. But I noticed that there were so many VTubing birds, and I was like, I wonder if I can make like a list of them. And then immediately, for some reason, because this is just how my brain works, it started putting it to the like tune of the Pokemon rap. And I was like, ha ha ha, lol, funny. But then, like, it stuck and it wouldn't go away. So I thought, dang, I gotta do this now, don't I? And I did. Originally, I just put it online, like on my Twitter. I was like feeling things out, seeing if people were maybe interested in hearing it, and it did seem like there was some interest. So it's like, okay, I'll go through this. And then, like, partway through my research and finding PNGs to use, I realized that this is a very daunting task, so I asked for some assistance, maybe people, like, giving me their PNGs as reference, and they did! It made me feel like, dang, this is actually something that, like, people want to see, people want to, like, engage with. Like, I feel like this is my first major step into, like, doing some stuff with the VTubing community that I've always wanted to. Because I don't know about you, but I, like, really like VTubing. I have a lot of high hopes for it, and I feel like there's a lot of good that can be done with it. And the more exposure it gets, the more, like, people cheer each other on. Like, that seems to be the biggest thing. I think that is what keeps it moving forward for me. Now, I'm gonna go back over this, and we are going to get a little bit of, like, behind-the-scenes insight into what made the VTuber parody what it was. So, Kiara, why is she the first? There's not really too, like, big of a reason for that, but I think of all the VTubers that I have watched, I think Kiara was the first bird-themed VTuber that I ever kept watching, like, continued streaming and stuff like that. So yeah, Kiara, I figured she would be a good start because she was the start of bird VTubers for me. And also, the next one... Mango. I think she was the first, like, indie bird VTuber that I had heard of. This is her, like, human form, but I know she has also a, like, proper bird form. She's really cool. I like her. Okay, yes, now we need to go here. So, a majority of this project, I would say, is because of these two right here. Kraka and Dreyfreak. These two run the Aviary, which is a bird-themed Discord, and they, I feel like, did a lot of the recruiting for it. I think they run it as well. Like, they are definitely the reason why I got, like, over 150 of these names. So they're responsible for, like, 3/5, 3/4, something like that, of the birds on this list. If there are any bird-themed VTubers watching this now or in the future who are not part of the Aviary, you can go contact them and get an in, or you can also contact me on my Twitter and get into the Discord. There are so many bird-themed VTubers, and, you know, a lot of opportunities to make new friends, meet new people, all that good stuff.
Old Nesca, Renzazai, half-boiled mango, penguin auto penguin, spam.
Oh, also, something that I gotta say. Something that I gotta say, specifically with this one, is that, like, looking through all of these PNGs and stuff, it's so fun to see, like, all the different design choices that people do with their VTubers. I find it funny how, like, with a lot of the crow VTubers, it's very much, like, kind of a 75-25 split of, like, anthropomorphized bird and then just, like, actual bird. I think with penguins, it's more of a 50-50 split, but with geese, geese are just, like, they play by their own rules, which is very fitting, but they're just literally geese. It's so good. But yeah, I love how just, like, in general, you know, like, people get very creative with their design choices. Like, I wouldn't have thought to make some, like, a derpy penguin like this. Oh, right. I wanted to point out this one in particular, Yomashu, another penguin. But, like, this is literally the PNG that they use. It's just a black and white drawing. I just like how, it's kind of like the chaotic neutral of PNG or, like, VTubing, I feel like. Like, lawful good would be your normal, like, run-of-the-mill anime, 2D live model, things like that. Neutral good would probably be, like, VTube Studio or something like that. Like, this, someone just, like, drew this in MS Paint, slapped it onto a reaction Discord, and is like, you know what? Good enough.
Gotta watch a Vtubirds.
Oh, wait a minute, real quick. I like at the very end, she has this little, like, side eye for the fact that she dropped off. Oh, this is Alchemist, by the way. I also follow her, and she's really cool. She played Klonoa, which is where I got introduced to her. Like, chances are, if you play Klonoa, I am definitely going to simp for you a little bit. Also, I thought it was really cool. Like, I have never seen this, where she has, like, different reactions to things. Like, she has this neutral expression, right? And then normally there's only, like, one reaction image that you use, like, where you're talking and stuff. But she has multiple. She has one where she's sort of, like, pouty. She has another one where if she's, like, laughing or something, if she finds something funny, it's like a ha-ha-ha thing. There's also, like, a scared one where she's like, ooh, and stuff like that. Like, I've never seen a PNG tuber with, like, multiple reactions before. So I thought Alchemist was really cool for doing that.
Fumble Bottle, Finchie, Goose Tank, Soldier Guy, Emma.
Oh, also, I thought it was fitting to have, like, a goose soldier right next to an actual soldier. I also like the Napoleon hat here. That's really cool. I feel like I'm going to be simping over, like, I keep simping over a lot of these designs, these VTuber designs, because they're either, like, very creative, very cool, very cute, very hot, very what. Yeah, they're also good. They're also good. Nudie's so cool. Yeah, Nudie's so cool. Look at her. It's big, comfy. Like, I would wear that. I would wear that jacket. It's very cute. Great artist, too. Oh, really? I'll have to go give it a look-see. I think I caught a couple things on Twitter. Some different... like, she was very proud of a bucket that she drew. And also there was a panty shop. Anyway, I feel like a lot of people who get into VTubing in general just, like, have a lot of artistic talent, a lot of creativity to them. And I feel a little bit guilty, or not guilty, but I don't know. I feel a little bit out of place because I haven't, tapped into that skill at all. I've been spending my time writing, and even at that, I don't know, like, how applicable it is to VTubing. I don't know how, like, in demand it is. Because, I mean, if you're an artist, you got a lot of other people who, like, you can make assets for them, you can make background art, stuff like that. But writing is a bit tougher. But yeah, that, I guess, like, this in and of itself, like, the fact that I made this parody and tried to, like, put so much work into it was also me trying to give back to the VTubing community in some way. So, I guess being a writer isn't, like, all that bad. I can do some stuff with it, like make dumb jokes in a little video like this.
Yes, Amy's about Bren.
Oh, also, well, one, Amy, right? She just looks cool. I like the aviation aesthetic. It's really good. But also Curvidius Crow. Does he not look like one of the train masters from Pokemon Black and White? Like Ingo and Emmett? He looks like the son of Ingo and Emmett, and I can't get it out of my head. I think he actually is a conductor, now that I think about it. If you probably, like, notice throughout the video, there are quite a few Crow and Raven themed VTubers, a lot of Corvids. I was actually at one point contemplating of, like, breaking each one down, going in order of, like, taxonomy and stuff like that. So we'd have, like, all the ducks in one area, all the corvids in one area, all the songbirds, stuff like that. But I do not hate myself enough for that, thankfully. So I did not do that. I tried to intersperse it a little bit instead. But yeah, there's so many crows. It would be, like, pretty much the entire middle section would just be nothing but crows. And then I feel like owls would probably take up another quarter of that. Like owls and crows. Like it's cool that everyone has their own like unique spin on it. It's not like everyone's like treading the same ground there. It's just, they're very, very popular. For the most part, it was all placed like as well as I could fit the different like rhyme scheme and stuff like that. I didn't really have much of an order, except for a very certain stanza, a very special stanza, or verse. I'm just going to play it through real quick, so that you can see all the birds in it.
Elia, Oka, Kyoko, Navri, Dovely, Olive, Athena, Mume, Inkobox, Kira, Honeybird, QT, Turquoise, Rosaria, Parakeet, Archie.
Okay, so as you noticed, it's got me in it, which is cool. Like, this is a cool guy right here. It's you, it is me! Oh my god, it's me! I wanted to do something special for the verse that included me, and I wanted to include, like, all these people right here, for the most part, like, definitely not Mume, or technically Athena, but most of these people right here were with me at the very start. Like, they were some of the first bird-themed VTubers that I interacted with, and they're some of the people that like I've gotten closest to, so I wanted to keep them close to me too in the song. Aww. It sounds kind of cheesy, but yeah. Castralia, and then Oka, freaking Oka. She posted a video on her YouTube channel recently. She did a stream where she was doing hot takes, but ended up being just a bunch of things that her chat agreed with, so she wasn't causing too much mayhem, even though she tried. I feel like that's kind of her aesthetic, though. From what I can tell, she seems like the type who is, like, very chaotic on the surface, but seems like a big sweetheart, like, deep down. Not trying to do any harm by anyone. And Kyoko's next! Freaking poet looking. She's got a beret. I actually do like that beret. I would definitely wear that beret. And Navre. I really like, okay, this picture. This was the image that Navre gave me. Oh, look at it. He's blushing. He's blushing. Navre gives you blushy face, of course. Why not, Why not? I am sensing some jealousy in these comments right here. Dovely's another one that interacted with me very early on, so I wanted to include her as well. She uses her species family name, like taxonomic family name, as her last name, as I do as well. So I feel like that's a very cool thing that we have in common. Columbidae are the doves and pigeons, I believe. And Ocheilidae is based off of Trocheilidae, which is hummingbirds. Yeah, you get it.
Olive, Athena, Mume.
Olive, Athena, and Mume. So these technically aren't people I've interacted with, but I just wanted to put them close together because they look like they're a family. Do they not? Like, Olive is kind of like the little sister to Athena. They look very similar, in my opinion. It's probably the glasses. But yeah, I think their designs are very similar, and like the vibes that their character model gives off are very similar. And then like Mume is kind of in the same wheelhouse. She's kind of like a distant younger cousin, I feel. Like we got these two being sisters, and then Mume is kind of off, like doing her own thing, but still well within the same family. I also want to include Mume in my verse for no particular reason. It's not like I sent for her. She's not cool. She's not really awesome, and I watch a lot of her streams. I'm not a member of her. Anyway, Kira, saw her again. I really like the little bird on her shoulder. I really like the wings. It kind of got clipped off here because of the art that I used, but is what it is. It also kind of doesn't get in the way of the name, at least, so that's good. I also like the thigh. What? We're gonna move on. Honeybird. Honeybird's really cool. I think we stream at pretty different times. So no, you didn't. I think we stream at pretty different times, so we don't get to interact too much. But she hops into my chat. I try to hop into her chat. She's really cool. She she recently played a game called Hatoful Boyfriend, which is a dating sim, but exclusively birds. You get to date birds, and it's not like bird people, it's just literal birds. Honeybird, cutie bird is here as well. Fun fact about cutie bird, a while back, I tried to do one of those Pokemon retweet things of like, share your PNG and I'll put you in my Pokemon world, stuff like that. And I put her as one of the gym leaders. If you don't know much about Cutie runs an arcade. And you think arcade, oh, electronics, she's an electric type gym, right? No. I thought it'd be really cool if instead this arcade was themed after like getting high scores, like flying high. It's a flying type gym. And every time you get a high score on an arcade, it sends you up to the next floor. And I thought that'd be a really cool spin on the whole arcade. Now, thinking about it, an arcade would also make a really good electric type gym. But I thought this in particular would be really, really cool. It kind of like reminds me of Skyla's gym a little bit for some reason. I think just the fact that you're flying all over the place, except you don't risk bodily harm by getting shot out of a cannon. So that's really cool. That's another thing from Black and White, actually. Like, one of the cannons shot you, like, straight into the wall, and you slid down slowly. It's like, wow, okay, Game Freak. Turquoise Tori, they're a conure VTuber, and they are also my dad, apparently. I can't remember how it started, but, like, back when I first joined the Aviary Discord, for some reason, Tori took a liking to me and decided that they were going to take care of me and that they were now my father, despite the fact that I'm older than them. But you know what? I'll take it. They are my dad. It's a nice little running joke. There's only 3 verses left. We are near the end. Oh, this next part. This one was a little jab, like a little self-deprecation humor, haha hee hee. But the guy who made this probably doesn't have that many friends. The guy who made this probably doesn't have that many friends. And like, technically it's true. I don't have many friends. But I also find it slightly ironic that I ended up pairing that specific line with a clip of someone who actually is my friend. So like, I'm proving myself wrong right from the get-go. Oh, there are also like a few different bird VTubers that are like very anthropomorphic like this. I know a couple that like have their own fursuits as well that are like based off of their models, and that's like really interesting. They would like go that far. Like, VTubing opens up so many possibilities for people to be themselves, and that's really cool. I really like that. But also, I wanted to thirst over Surutan for a second. My god, that's a really good design. Okay, anyway, moving on.
Owlwatic Lucy hates Kyla Subaru?
Oh, also, for those of you who don't know, Kyla and Subaru, both from Hololive, they are not technically birds. So, of all of the names listed in this VTuber app, these two technically don't belong here. But there's so many memes about them being a penguin and a duck, respectively, that, like, I had to include them.
Wait, are those last two even birds? I don't know, man. The fans just wanted them on the list. Radiki, Quixote.
Oh, Radiki. So, you might have been confused when you first saw this. You thought it might have looked like a platypus or something, which I don't know if a platypus would technically be a bird. But no, this is a combination of a raccoon and a duck. So since they're half duck, they get on the list. They get a pass. I was actually not sure of like how much to consider when it came to like being qualified to be a bird VTuber. But I feel like if you're 50% of an animal, of a bird, then I feel like it would count. So half raccoon, half duck gets a pass. Yeah, Dark Forest Owl. I think she was one of the like last additions that I had of my own research, and I really liked this image, so I decided to use it. It's probably the tank top, not gonna lie. I'm kind of a sucker for the tank top aesthetic. It's very like, it's cozy, but also like slightly revealing. Also, her goggles are really cool. Her goggles are really, really cool. Things Archie likes: tank tops and thigh gap. Well, you know what? I'm not even gonna contest that. Technically, I like crop tops better. I'm a sucker for midriff. But anyway.
Corvus Knight, Gale King, Kaiser Catalina.
Oh, also, Catalina. For those of you who don't know Catalina, also a very nice design. So the lore behind Catalina. Catalina is a princess, right? And she used some magic to seal away a demon into the form of this bird on her finger, this crow named Crow. But in doing so, she lost her voice. So she speaks through the bird. I thought that was a really cool touch. So like the Crow will be there like squawking away and stuff like that, and be the like voice, and her model just stays the same. Yeah, that is so cool. People are so creative. I love it.
Ball, Puffsky, Freskel, Vengi.
Oh, Frexel, look at this design. Look at it. It's so good. It's so cute. And I love the little stick legs. I think that's my favorite part. Just the little stick legs there.
Freskel, Vengi, Cleowena, Titally, Corona.
Oh, Cleowena. Cleowena is the only other secretary bird on this list. There are only 2 secretary birds in the entire list. We already went over one, Kira Hishitori, but also Cleowena. Another design that I like.
Corona, Frosted
Fricks. It's like, okay, 3rd aviation-themed Vtubird, which is not bad at all. It's a very good design. What is it about the goggles on the head that's just like, it's perfect. It is perfect.
I saw him, Traveler, Phoenix.
Okay, Traveler and Phoenix. So at the very start of this list, the very start was Kiara, right? And Kiara's a phoenix. So we got one phoenix at the very beginning, and we go all the way through, and the last 2 are also phoenixes. So I thought that was like a really good way to bookend it, you know? Put 1 phoenix at the very beginning and 2 phoenixes at the very end. That was a little like, haha, me so clever sort of thing. Little personal touch that I wanted to get at the end there. Oh, also at the end here.
Watch 'em, gotta watch 'em all.
I thought it would be a really funny little thing to include Kiara and her M. Crow video here. So that like she's also a crow. And then right after that, as if to like flip the script, we've got Kyoko, who is a crow, running into a frick ton of chickens. So it's like we got a chicken trying to be a crow, and we got a crow running into a bunch of chickens. I thought that would be really, really clever. And then at the very end is me, of course. Why not? Except I'm not at the very end. Because we got Crony. Now, Crony cawing here. And then just no. Just no at the end. There are so many memes of Crony being a crow. And like, yeah, it's obvious because of her name, haha. But no. She's not a bird VTuber. She's not included in the list. Even though I technically included 2 other people who are also not birds. But like they've got more. I don't know, man. With like Subaru, it's a bit more understandable because she is definitely like associated with this duck. She is stuck with it for life. But Crony, no. Crony is about time. And besides, she's got like a snake with her, you know? So yeah, that was a little more detail of the video. Like I said, I really like VTubing, and I want to give back to the community because it did a lot for me. It really did a lot for me. I think I've talked about this before, but there was a long period of time where I tried submitting writing after college and just got like met with rejection after rejection after rejection, and eventually got to me like, maybe I'm not made to do writing at all. And so I just stopped for a long time, longer than I should have really. But after that happened, and I started working on myself a bit more, trying to improve myself as a person, that's when I ran into VTubing. And I saw so many people like getting inspired and getting back into their own artwork through VTubing. And I guess sort of the same thing happened for me, because I got back into writing and I ended up submitting a couple short stories, and bam, they got published. So that was really like, I don't know, that was really good. And I don't think I would have gotten to that point were it not for like Vtubers. This is me trying to like give back to the community in some little way that I can. And I like to make parodies, I like to make people laugh, and I constantly have random parodies and mashups floating through my head, so you know, why not? Throughout the entire process, I was very surprised that there were certain birds missing from the VTuber list. Like, as far as I know, and you can correct me on this if you know anyone, but as far as I know, there are no pelicans, there are no seagulls, and I actually ran into a swan earlier, so there is at least one swan VTuber out there. But like, not more than that. Seagulls are a mistake. You know what, though? Rebranding right now? Oh my god. And you know, the environment, the landscape of VTubing is going to change over like the course of however long this is. So it's very likely that there are going to be more bird VTubers in the future. So I cannot get them all, unfortunately. Maybe that just means I'll have to write a sequel rap down the line. No. I am done for now.